Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of my show. In today's show, the topic I have brought on table is a little off track from what my work experience is and the scope of my knowledge. But the buzz this topic has created in the last couple months made me read a little bit more about it to understand it in a simplistic manner. And I thought I should definitely come and share it with you because everybody has heard about it a lot, but nobody has gone into the depth of it to understand what it really is. You guys might have already guessed what I'm talking about. It is the tool that is created as an artificial intelligence tool, the ChatGPT. So, in today's episode, I'm going to try to share my knowledge on what ChatGPT is in layman terms so that when somebody else talks to you about ChatGPT, you already have an idea of what this platform is. So, let's take a step back and understand where is the origin of ChatGPT from. ChatGPT is a product made by an artificial intelligence company, OpenAI, which was founded in 2019. It was founded in California, and initially Microsoft had invested $1 billion in this company. And recently, Microsoft announced its interest in investing $10 billion in this company in the November of last year. And that's where all the buzz happened. ChatGPT is nothing but a chat bot. Chatbot is a chat robot which is able to understand the human speech and generate human sounding detailed content. Now, let's make it a little more technical. It is basically a computer algorithm. For example, consider the Google Translation app, which uses a lot of algorithms to convert text in many different languages. It is ChatGPT is pretty much based on these grounds. ChatGPT is basically the computer algorithm which uses a large learning language processing, machine learning, and a huge database for its learning and creating the knowledge it has. But it is also important for every one of us to understand what ChatGPT really does to us, what are its implications, and what are its benefits, and what are its concerns and limitations. So basically, when we talk about artificial intelligence, it is always uh, talked that these kind of tools can just be used rampantly in every walk of life, and it can just kill the importance of human role in a certain context. So, what are the things that is creating a buzz of such artificial intelligent platforms? So basically, because of its ability to realistically mimic human conversation and content, it is creating this buzz. But there are reasons, including the extent of implications for human work. And this is not currently understood. There are also some major moral concerns. And it is unusual that the new technology has the potential to affect so many jobs at so many levels. So, this is too soon to answer these questions. We definitely have benefits of such artificial intelligent technologies. Just say, for an example, we started using pocket calculators instead of using a notebook and a pen to do any mathematical calculations. It is just going to get interesting and much better as you go ahead. So pocket calculator was the baby of the babies when such artificial intelligent tools started coming into picture. So let's talk about what are the benefits of using such AI platforms. Basically, the first and very important factor or a benefit is it enables humans to do better and faster jobs. Say, for example, ChatGPT has astronomical capability of writing codes, decoding, doing mathematical calculations, doing complex calculations, writing poems for you, writing content for you, making videos for you, writing scriptures for you, making paintings for you, writing emails for you, and this will be done in a much faster way, and it will have less mistakes, and it will be more proficient, and it will have more professional output when you are using ChatGPT. Of course, it is not going to be your brain. ChatGPT will do the work for you. Another second important benefit is it will alleviate the tedium of repetitive or low skill functions. So platforms like ChatGPT can provide us tools which can help us with intense and tedious work that humans do as sifting through or collating information. But there are also certain concerns that need to be addressed, and more than concerns, there are also, I would just not call concerns, but also limitations of the chat GPT. The first one is very questionable, the truthfulness. So addressing the truthfulness of chat GPT is pretty challenging. So there is no way to verify if it is a fake news or if the data that is created by ChatGPT is a hallucination from the truth, unless we have a tool that will verify. And say the verification tool that can be used is Google, because let me just take a few seconds to understand to make you understand that ChatGPT is not a search engine. Uh, Google is a search engine. Google, when you just put bunch of keywords into the Google search tab, it will just collect all the information, very verifiable information that is available outside, and then put it in front of you at once. But ChatGPT creates its own responses and brings it in front of you, so it is difficult for you to verify it. ChatGPT has second important challenge or limitation, that is of the speed. It has an inference speed problem. So ChatGPT uses a lot of large learning language programs that take time to compose the responses when a question is asked to ChatGPT. Followed by this concern, there's a concern of output quality. So ChatGPT is a program. It doesn't use its own brain to be creative in its responses, and therefore the model that it uses to present its responses is excessively verbose and overuses certain phrases. And this is just because it is restating that it's a language trained by OpenAI, which is its mother company, and it has limited data. So ChatGPT is, if you ask some ambiguous questions, it can throw it, those questions can throw it off track. So ChatGPT is definitely not the solution for everything right now. Basically, another important factor that you want to think about is ChatGPT can be used for fake news creations and distribution. ChatGPT can also be used for generating homeworks and assignments. So it becomes very difficult for the university to make sure that it is verified and human generated assignment. So educators will have to evaluate the implications of such assessments going forward. And the last but not the least, very important, is the cannibalization of the jobs. So will ChatGPT take your jobs? So using robots, using AIs, and AIs taking over human jobs is not very new. It has been happening for decades and decades together. But ChatGPT right now needs a lot of work, and it cannot just in one shot go ahead and be a solution to every problem that you're facing. ChatGPT is just making you guys lazy, because labor automation is not a novel thing. That is how you grow. But it is unknown what this will look like going forward, and if what new opportunities or jobs will be created. So although it is said that AI is the future, it is still the future, so it has a long way to go, and therefore it is this technology has endless and endless uh, growth opportunities, and it is still not there to take away your jobs. So rest assured, and definitely, as I always say in my previous videos, always try to enhance your skill sets, always try to diversify your skill sets. If you guys come and tell me to learn a coding language or something about the software, I am pretty nervous because I'm not a tech savvy person and I have never done that. But uh, for young generation, there's still time. There are a lot of coding platforms, right? Since you are in your schools, in your high schools, you can go ahead and start learning those things right away. And to end, oh, just two more things I would like to tell about ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is not the only platform that is entering this race, but there are two other rivals for ChatGPT. One is owned by Google, and it is called Bard, and the other one is called Ernie. That is a Chinese application owned by a Chinese company called Baidu. All these three are they are all AI enforced and do the same kind of job, and there is a lot more to do in this to make sure that everything works fine, has has a lot of applications that need to go into it, has to increase its lifespan, its memory span, and its database. So the database of ChatGPT is also very limited. It is limited up to the November of last year, of 2021. So if you go ahead and ask ChatGPT about some recent questions, it might give you some vague answers or would just turn your answers down, saying it has some limited upgrades in its database. So it is going to need a lot of updates. It's going to need a lot of upgrades to make this to come to a certain mark. So, to end this on a happy note, what I would like to mention is for ChatGPT and the platforms such, if they need to be successful, there needs to be some kind of policing. So, social media companies like YouTube, Twitter, TikTok have overly hyped ChatGPT, and these media companies need to take such things seriously, and they need to step up the management of the AI technology to address concerns like the verification of the uh, identity of the user or the accounts. I think if you are using ChatGPT for content writing or for uh, any kind of content, any kind of art, any kind of mathematical application, there should be a digital signature. So if you have a digital signature that identifies everything that the machine written, could help to distinguish between human work from the machine work, this is going to be pretty helpful to understand how the machine is working, how the application is responding to your questions, and does it really work better than humans. and the expectation of work should also be set. So as things move forward, we will have to evaluate and negotiate the expectations and separation of human work versus the machine work. So take a breath of relief, heave a sigh of relief. ChatGPT is not going to just barge into your office desks and take your roles. There is also a need for human beings to run ChatGPT. So let me put it this way: AI is not going to take your jobs, but the user of AI can take your jobs. So it's you who have to decide what you really want to do if you want to keep growing in your career, in your profession. And with this, I would take your leave. But before I leave, I would like to show you a couple of very funny memes that I came across ChatGPT, which tells you the chat GPT still has limitations, but it's still very funny. And I really saved it to share it on the screen here. So let me just go ahead and share the screen. Please bear with me. My computer is very, very slow and it takes forever to open any app. So there you go. So this is a conversation of a person having to talk to ChatGPT and asking him asking the ChatGPT platform some silly questions, and the ChatGPT is answering in really funny and silly way. Let me see if it's opening. If it's not opening, I'm just going to get rid of it, and I'm going to post it as the cover page of my video, and you can read the joke before you start the video. I can do that as well if it takes very long. Yeah. So here you go. Let me just go ahead and share it. Just open. So I hope you guys can see what it says. So there's a person asking how much is 2 plus 5, and ChatGPT replies it equals to 7. And this guy is being silly and says, my wife says it's 8. And ChatGPT gives a hilarious answer. 2 plus 7 is actually equal to 7, not 8. It could be possible that your wife made a mistake or misunderstood a problem. And now that's where the twist in the conversation is. This man is trying to act goofy and says, my wife is always right. Or the chat GPT apologizes and says, I apologize, I must have made an error. My training data goes up to 2021 and I may not have the most current information. If your wife says it's 8, then it must be 8. Isn't that hilarious? So you can understand what the limitations ChatGPT still has. If you can say do or do patch, ChatGPT will say will try to convince you it is not do or do patch. But if you say this is the case, it will say okay, it does not have the database. It has not the updated version of the database after a certain time. So it's going to take a long for ChatGPT to get to speed, and also uh, people who are talking about investing in AI platforms, the experts in stocks and investment market, and the users of AI have advised to hold on to such investments because it is not the right time, and there's still time for ChatGPT to uh, take a leap. And so AI platforms are not the stocks that will go high in anytime soon. So please be wise on what you are planning on doing with your investment. Please be wise on how you are trying to in increase the scope of your knowledge and increase the skill sets and diversify the experiences that you're going to have to go ahead and progress in your career. So, with that, I take your leave. I would love to see comments from you guys to tell me what you have learned and come to know so far about ChatGPT. I would love to hear from people who are from this field. Tell me what the real future of ChatGPT and such platforms look like for people like you and me, for the commoners, I would say. And I would also like to know a lot more about it. And I would also like to share a lot more if I get a lot more information about it going ahead. With that, I take your leave. Bye bye. Have a good one. And please let me know what you think about this video. Please go ahead and comment in the comment section below. Please like the video and please share the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not yet. Thank you and have a good one.